Hello, my name is YUSEF, and welcome to part 72 of the American show. Now let's begin. So Jennifer was laying down, was waking up, I should say, and she didn't want to do that. She want, she wanted to lay down and just go to sleep forever. But she knew what she had to do, and her doctor told her what was coming. And she decided that a long time ago, she decided a long time ago when this was happening, and Jackie told her about the cure that she was working on, that if it did come to pass, that she would take the cure for her daughter and her other daughter, of course, and her husband, and herself. But that was a lie. She wasn't doing it for herself. At least that's what she thought at the time, of course. But anyway, she was so upset about what is happening. She would more she would rather prefer to just not to just not live anymore. Like she wasn't doing it for herself, obviously. And after what she'd done over the years, she didn't want to live at all. But she realized that her daughter and that her daughters was the most important thing to her in the world. So she decided to go do with it, really. She decided that she was going to do it, obviously, even though she would much rather let the cancer consume her, of course. So so she uh so she goes and eats some breakfast, and which is what which is one well which is one tiny cereal or granola bar. She didn't eat that much, and so she didn't eat at all, and so she decided that she was going to just chill or do some push-ups. She didn't want to think about anything at all, and so she just worked out for a couple hours, of course. And then her daughter called her phone to tell her the good news along with her doctor. So she goes into the lab, and it happens. She is so she so okay. So she gets to the lab, right? And she's just not happy about this at all. But she tries to keep a brave face and tries to pretend that she's happy in order to not, well, make her daughter angry at her or her other daughter angry at her too. They don't know what she did. I mean, they have vague memories, of her talking about what she did, but she didn't go into really good detail about it, but what she did in her eyes and in many other people's eyes was horrible. And so she didn't, and so because she was ashamed of what she's done, profoundly, of course, and she doesn't want to talk about what she did at all. She didn't talk about it at all to her daughters, either when they were teenagers or when they were kids. No, when they would ask her what she did for a living in the past, she would tell them a little bit, but she wouldn't tell them at all, really. And so fast forward to the lab, she's just, having a good time with her daughter, and she takes the cure. She takes the cure, and everything that is okay. She doesn't feel anything wrong, and she just goes about her day. She's she goes about her day after she leaves the lab, and she's a little bit upset about what her daughter did. She's been that way for a couple of months, but of course she had to hide her feelings because she didn't want to make her daughter upset or angry or sad and or scared. And so she just didn't necessarily want to do that, but also she had to for her daughter. And so she took the cure and everything was fine. So she just hung out doing some push ups. And as she was doing them, normally she would get tired, right? Normally she would get tired and normally she would go to bed, but she didn't want to go to bed for some reason. And she just kept doing push ups all day. Like it was just driving her. Something was driving her to do more push ups. And then she stopped doing push ups and started to run. So she goes outside and she jogs for hours and hours and hours until it's 5 o'clock in the morning. And she realized that was a little bit weird, so 5 o'clock hits, she goes back to her room with her house. She goes back into her house and she's feeling a little bit weirded out by it, but she's not she's not like she's not like scared or anything like that. But she's just a little bit weirded out by it, of course. And then all of a sudden she wants to bake some cookies or like, and so that's what she does. She goes into the kitchen to bake herself some cookies or cakes, and she does that. She bakes the cookies and then she bakes some cake a little bit. Everything's going great. Her husband and herself are enjoying the baked goods or the desserts, of course. Everything's just going great, right? And then she decides to she doesn't want to go back on. She has all of this energy, right? And then she just does some more push-ups after. Her husband goes to bed after they eat some cake and cookies, and he's like a little bit scared because this has never happened before, and she's a little bit scared about it because he's a little bit scared about it because this never happened to her before. She has so much energy now, and she seems a little bit happy, or she just hiding it from me, which we both agree that we would never do. We agreed that we never hide stuff from each other, like years ago, and now she is. What's going on here? This is getting scary. She has way too much energy in her, and she doesn't and she doesn't necessarily know what to do with it now. And so she does more push-ups in the daytime, Because after she ran, she decided to cook some cookies and, not breakfast, but cake and cookies in the morning time, by the way. And she's she's enjoying herself. She eats the rest of the cookies after she does her push-ups, and she just goes, sits on the couch along with her cake and the rest of her cookies, and she spends the rest of the morning eating her cake and cookies all day. To be continued. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, leave a like, leave a big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, comment down below what you like about the video, uh, excuse me, or hate about the video, share the video, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.